Hi friends, welcome to this video from me. I'm reporting live from a new setup. I can't film in my living room anymore because everybody in my family are working from home, so the last resort, filming in my bedroom. I hope you like the new setup. Oh my god. Anyway, today I'm gonna show you all the books that I bought the past few months. I'm really excited to show you this because I haven't read any of these because I wanted to film the haul first. I decided to treat myself because I haven't bought any books since June, and most of these are my favorite books. Why am I justifying myself? Let's just jump into the haul. The first two books I can show you, that I will show you, is The Handmaid's Tale and The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. I decided to buy both of them because I have a video idea, so I want to read and analyze them. The Testament was actually the first book that I read this year. I remember being on a train from Stockholm just sobbing. And also the fourth season of the Handmaid's Tale show is coming out soon, so why not reread them and catch up, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna take a few plot lines from the new book in the new season, so why not get a refresh. And then I also bought the Hunger Games trilogy. Actually, I think I've listened to the Hunger Games 4 times this year. It's easily my new favorite series of all time. I think I've read it before. I'm pretty sure I've read it before. But this year, with everything going on in the world, it seemed a little bit more important to reread them. And also the audiobooks are amazing, so I would really recommend for you to listen to the books if you want to. My favorite book is Catching Fire, and favorite movie as well. Mockingjay. Some things. Why am I giving you a review now? I bought these books. The next book I picked up was Love of Fat Men by Helen Dunmore. I don't know why I bought it. I have seen it in my thrift store for months, and it says that it's the winner of the Orange Prize. I have no idea what the Orange Prize is, but the reason why I picked it up was many times throughout my life, the books that I picked up randomly have turned out to be my favorites. And not that I'm sure that it's gonna be a favorite book of all time, but it was cheap. It's from the 90s, so it's kind of vintage. God, I hate myself. Anyway, I think it's a short story collection. And then on the same day that I went to that thrift store, I picked up my favorite Swedish book of all time, En komikers uppväxt by Jonas Gardell. I got it for 5 kronor. I think that's... How much is that in dollars? Because I know we have a lot of US people watching our channel. It's my favorite Swedish novel. I read it back in high school, and we read it after reading a lot of bad Swedish novels. That bad is so subjective, but it hit me really deep, and I needed to have it in my own collection, and now I do. Then the book that I think I'm gonna pick up next is Educated by Tara Westover. Me and Sunny actually read this book years ago, and we actually didn't really talk about it. We just read it, said that it destroyed us, and then didn't speak of it again for months. Trigger warning for abuse, specifically child abuse. There are some scenes that are really hard to read. Because I read this book years ago, I can't really be eloquent in a way to explain why I love this book. But this was the first memoir that I read that made me reading memoirs. So it's a powerful read, but trigger warning for child abuse. And the next 2 books that I picked up is Sister Outsider and Your Silence Will Not Protect You, both by Audre Lorde. I have a series idea on this channel called know their work, where I talk about authors and their work, the books that I love by them, why you should read them. And the first author that I'm going to talk about is Lorde. So I'm really excited to read both of these two books. You can never have enough Lorde books in your collection, and I'm definitely gonna buy more. I haven't bought, there are 2 more books that I haven't had the chance to buy. I can put them here on the screen, but once I do, I'm gonna film the video. The next book I picked up was Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks. I saw this again in the thrift store, and first of all, it's kind of weird for me to find, not weird, it's unusual for me to find English books that I want to read in my local thrift store. So when I saw this and I went on Goodreads and I saw a lot of the people that I like, that I follow on Goodreads ranking this book pretty high, I decided to pick it up. I'm not sure what it's about. I think it's about 2 friends who only hang out during the fall season, and they work at a pumpkin patch maybe. I'm not really sure, but it seems to be really cute, so I picked it up. The next book I picked up was To Exist is to Resist Black Feminism in Europe. I picked it up because back in October I had a project on my Instagram account where I talked about being Black in Europe, and I went into specific European countries and I talked about their Black history. And at the end of that project, I recommended a few books that talk about Blackness as it correlates with European countries. So through that project, I discovered this book. I can read what it says here on the back. This book brings together activists, artists, and scholars of color to show how Black feminism and Afrofeminism are being practiced in Europe today, exploring their different social positions in various countries and how they organize and mobilize to imagine a Black feminist Europe. Just by reading that, I'm really excited to read this book even more now. I don't think it's going to be the next book I picked up, but definitely the next book after that. Also, through my Black in Europe project, I discovered this book, Afropean, Notes on Black Europe by Johny Pitts. In the back of Afropean, it says, an important, groundbreaking book because it turns our gaze towards Europe's Black communities in unprecedented ways. And I know that he also speaks about Sweden in this book. I'm Swedish, and I'm really excited to see how he describes Sweden's Black community. Another reason why I picked up these 2 books is because I had a lot of questions with everything that happened in 2020. Like, why do I know so much of African American history and so little of European Black history? I'm sure these 2 books won't be enough to answer all the questions that I have, but I'm sure that it's a start to find all the answers that I want. The next book that I picked up is Eloquent Rage, a Black feminist discovers the superpower bow by Brittney Cooper. It's one of my favorite books of 2020. The next video I'm gonna film is my favorite books of 2020 video, so you're gonna hear about this more in that video. But I love this book. I loved listening to the audiobook, and I actually bought this book for Sunny, but as soon as I got it for her, I was like, fuck it, why didn't I get it for me as well? In Eloquent Rage, Brittney Cooper talks about Black women and how our anger can often be turned against us in a way, all the saying, oh, she's an angry Black woman, and how that is used to minimize our pain, and she does it really beautifully by talking about her own experiences and also experiences of other Black women. And reading it, I felt so seen. I felt so validated. There's nothing like reading a book where you understand exactly what the writer is talking about on such a deep, profound level. I loved it. It's gonna be in my next video, so check it out then. So, the last book in my book haul is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I haven't read the Lunar Chronicles in such a long time, and I saw this in my local thrift store. Again, my local thrift stores will be coming through this month. I saw it in my local thrift store and I had to pick it up because I remember reading. When did I read it? I think I read Cinder for the first time when I was 14, a long time ago. This is me at 14. She's kind of cute, isn't it? Anyway, Cinder, if you haven't heard about it already, is a Cinderella retelling where Cinderella is a cyborg, like a robot, and some things happen. I'm really bad at giving synopsis, that's why I've been reading off the back of the books on almost every book on this book haul. I don't think I'm gonna buy the entire Lunar Chronicles, all of the books, because I saw that my local library has all of the books, so I probably should have just borrowed Cinder from my library and not bought it, but now I have it, so I can write in it. I really want to reread the entire Lunar Chronicle series in 2021. I can't do that this month in December because I have a lot of other books to read. I just realized this video is gonna come out December 25th, the day after Christmas. So maybe you got any of these books for Christmas, I don't know. Oh gosh. I'm gonna try to pick up all the books that I hauled today. Let's see how that goes. These are all the books that I hauled today. I'm gonna put it down now. Oh gosh. Oh goodness gracious. Okay. If you have read any of these books, please comment down below. Like this video if you like this book haul, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Take care. Hope you had a good Christmas. Bye.